The prince has found his princess.
I took her up somewhere nice in Kenya and proposed.
And given her the ring that once belonged to his mom.
He's never, ever really gotten over losing Diana.
Now, nearly 30 years after his parents wed, the world awaits another new royal.
She's completely normal. We look at her as one of our contemporaries.
Tonight, a behind-the-scenes peek at the courtship of the world's most famous couple.
I'm obviously extremely funny and she loves that, so
The stories you haven't heard about their life together in college and how Kate captured a prince's heart.
I think that was the moment when everyone realised how beautiful she was.
The video you haven't seen and the play that predicted it all.
You were on. Yes, so yes, dear William.
And the question everyone is asking, will this prince and princess live happily ever after?
We all love a good love story. It's the best story in town.
William and Kate, a royal love story.
Good evening and welcome to this special edition of Dateline. I'm Ann Curry. Just when the world seems to need a dash of romance, something that hasn't happened in 350 years, the future King of England is engaged to marry a commoner. And so tonight, with the help of people who know them both, we discover more about how they met and fell in love. For the bride-to-be, the glass slipper comes with a glass house, a life of national duty, global scrutiny, and tabloid frenzy. Are they ready? Here's Kate Snow.
In a sea of dazzling flashbulbs, Prince William and Kate Middleton ushered in a new era for Britain's royal family.
the timing is right now. We're very, very happy.
Opening up in their first interview together.
It's just really easy with being with each other and it's really fun and I'm obviously extremely funny and she loves that. So
For the first time, the public heard from Kate Middleton.
I don't know the ropes really. William was obviously used to it, but no, I'm willing to learn quickly and work hard. And
she'll do really well.
Yeah,
we'll do very well.
And of course, there was the famous sapphire ring, the one worn by William's mother, Princess Diana.
It was quite nice because obviously she's not going to be around to share any of the fun and excitement of it all. This was my way of keeping her sort of close to it all.
Now it's time for England to celebrate the next generation of royals.
They will be great ambassadors together on a public stage. Young, good-looking, intelligent.
They look absolutely amazing together. They're awesome, they're really cool, they're rock and roll.
I think what William and Kate have given the monarchy is a much-needed, very large dose of royal Viagra.
Tonight, an intimate look inside the lives of Prince William and Kate Middleton. You'll hear from their classmates and friends.
She deals with things with a huge amount of nobility.
See rare images of the young couple and learn new details about the engagement. How will Kate Middleton handle the media glare that plagued Princess Diana? Will their marriage change the British monarchy?
We've now moved into an era where our future queen is in fact a commoner.
She is a breath of fresh air, and she's going to bring a new vigour and a new life to the royal family.
For years, Kate Middleton has been the darling of the British tabloids, but she remains relatively unknown across the pond in the US. So just who is the young woman who will now become queen? Kate grew up in the English countryside, 60 miles outside of London. Born 6 months before William, Catherine Elizabeth Middleton is the oldest child of Carol and Michael Middleton.
Kate comes from a very stable middle-class family. She's got a younger sister, Pippa, and James, a younger brother. So that really, very much like a lot of ordinary middle-class families, not certainly someone you'd expect to be marrying into the royal family.
Kate's father was an airline pilot and her mother a flight attendant before they started their own party supply business and became self-made millionaires. As a teenager, Kate attended one of England's best boarding schools, Marlborough. This exclusive video shows 13-year-old Kate starring in a school play. In a foreshadowing of real life to come, a fortune teller predicts Kate will meet a dashing young man.
Will you fall in love with me? Indeed you will. You'll fall in love with me.
And then a royal character named, you guessed it, William, actually proposes to her.
Will you, Mariah? Yes, so yes, dear William.
Back then, Kate reportedly had a little crush on the real William as well. For years, it was said she kept a poster of the prince on her bedroom wall. Yesterday, Kate set that record straight.
He wishes, no. No, I had the Levi's guy on my wall, not a picture of William, sorry.
It was me and Levi's, honestly. Yeah.
She may be marrying a prince now, but Kate still had to navigate those awkward teenage years.
Rumour has it that she was graded 2 out of 10 by the boys for her attractiveness. Her reaction was to immediately go home at the end of the summer term, tell her mother Carol, and transform herself over the summer holidays.
The makeover worked, according to Ollie Baines, who went to Kate's school and is now part of a boy band in England called Blake.
She was a very beautiful girl. She had a sister there as well, who was also very beautiful, Pippa. And, you know, they were the Middleton girls, and they were very tall, very leggy, very elegant.
Her Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, has given birth to a baby son.
While Kate enjoyed a quiet childhood, Prince William's birth on June 21, 1982, was a national event. The first son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, and the grandson of Queen Elizabeth, William was heir to the throne.
Camera.
2 years later, Prince Harry came along, but it was William who was groomed for life as king.
Even at the age of 4 or 5, he knew that he was going to be king.
Katie Nicholl is author of William and Harry, Behind the Palace Walls.
He'd get into arguments with his fellow classmates, and the line that he'd pull out all the time is, "My daddy's going to be king, and I will fight you and I will win because I'm also going to be king one day."
That could have made for a spoiled brat.
Actually, there were times when I think Diana and Charles were a little bit concerned that he was becoming spoiled, and they made it very clear with the nannies. They were to say thank you and please. They were to realise that they had to treat people with respect.
Diana, in particular, wanted the boys to experience real life.
She took them to McDonald's, she took them to the cinema, she made them realise that you didn't just walk into a shop and take something, you had to pay for it. So, whereas Charles never ever carried money around, Diana insisted that her boys did, and that they knew that was how normal people paid for things.
And though Diana was often seen as the more affectionate parent, Nicholl says Charles was very much a hands-on father.
The staff who worked at Highgrove said, we remember Charles being there at bedtime, at bath time. We remember Charles reading bedtime stories and always giving a moral to the story, always making sure that William and Harry knew what was right and what was wrong.
Breaking with the royal tradition of home tutoring, William was sent off to school, where he got his first taste of the media circus that constantly surrounded his mother.
He had this wonderful phrase saying, "I don't like tographers."
Ken Worf was Princess Diana's bodyguard.
And Diana said, "Listen, you're going to get this for the rest of your life, so you better start beginning to understand it and accept it," which he did.
So she was his guide on how to deal with the press and the attention and the responsibilities of his position?
There was no one better than the Princess of Wales to give anyone advice about how to deal with the media as a celebrity, as a member of the royal family.
At 13, William found himself in front of the cameras again as he entered Eton, a prestigious boarding school for boys.
Prince William has started at his new school, Eton. More than 200 journalists from all over the world were there to see the prince arrive with his parents and younger brother Harry.
By then, it was rare to see both his mother and father together. They were in the midst of a messy, scandal-ridden separation, with Diana leaning more and more heavily on her eldest son.
The one person she could always trust, she said, was William, and she confided in him in a way that I think most mothers wouldn't confide in their children. It was, I think, a huge burden, actually, on William. And I think that resulted in probably a very grown-up relationship.
Charles and Diana would eventually divorce. Journalist Andrew Morton wrote the headline-making biography, Diana, Her True Story.
What do you think William has learned from their divorce?
Any child who's gone through a very difficult parental divorce is scarred by it. The royal family are very good at hiding those scars. What William's learned is not to take people at face value, to be a little bit more cynical.
As difficult as the divorce was